Hey y'all, CB here at NBS Welding. You know, I got a buddy that's a master engine builder of dirt bike and ATV engines. And he gives me stuff like this every once in a while. We got an engine block here. Obviously got a crack. This is cast aluminum. This is what I would use the Arc Captain TIG 200P on. I would TIG weld this on AC. And a lot of times guys want me to go over the settings on this stuff. I'm at 90 amps. I've got 5 seconds post flow, 80 hertz, 30% AC balance, 2 seconds pre-flow, and that's the settings on the machine. Not using any pulse, although the TIG 200P is pulse capable. I don't feel like I need it on this. I got a 1/8 inch 4043. I got a 3/32 tungsten. This is the blue tungsten. I use the blue tungsten on everything. And I use a 3/32 probably the most. And I actually started out with a 1/8 rod and ended up changing to a 3/32 on this job. First thing I want to do on this is I want to get this thing in the position that it needs to be and have it to stay there. And I noticed when I pressed it in place with the pliers, it didn't want to stay. When I used the propane torch to soften the aluminum and then press it in place, push the crack back together where it belongs, then it stayed for me. And that's what I needed it to do to weld it. And of course, that little bit of preheat's not going to hurt anything. I don't know if it would have been necessary, but ain't going to hurt nothing. And another thing with aluminum, my buddy did run this on his bead blaster and clean it up, but aluminum oxidizes immediately. So no matter how much you cleaned it before, just before you weld it, you need to go in with your stainless steel brush and clean it up again, because those oxides are going to form on the surface. And that's your biggest obstacle with aluminum, is you can't burn through those oxides. They burn at a higher temperature than the material. So you'll melt your material and ruin it. And the very last thing to get this started is to make sure that I get a tiny little tack on the very end of that piece, which is what I just did. And the reason I say that that's critical is because it would be really easy to burn the end of that off. So you have to make sure that you focus on starting your weld where the least amount of heat is required, and then finish your weld where the most amount of heat is required. And to be sure that you don't burn off that section, you want to go right to the end of there and get you a pretty heavy tack before you even start anything. That way you've added some material. Didn't take me very long on this. When I started welding, I realized that the 1/8 inch rod that I had chose, it was just too big for this job. I did have the amperage right. I just had to switch to a 3/32 rod. Once I got the 332 rod, I started out on that tack I was talking about there at the end with that heavy tack on the end. That helped me to keep from burning that edge off. You know, that edge wants to get really hot. But if you get some dabs on there, you can proceed forward and get her welded up. And then the next thing is taking my burr bits. These are available on my Amazon storefront. There's a link in the description to my Amazon storefront. Using the burr bit, after this outside weld is made, you know, I make the outside weld first. That way I've made it thicker. And then I reach to the inside with the burr bit, and I use the burr bit to kind of gouge it out and get it prepped to weld on the inside. And the way I use the burr bit, I run the burr bit just a little bit so that the tool gets warm, and then I apply some beeswax to the bit. So there's two things that really help with the burr bit. Aluminum wants to gall up your tools and get stuck in them. So one thing is on aluminum, you really need the really coarse burr bit. And the other thing is treating it with the beeswax keeps the aluminum from sticking and galling to your tool. And I'm going to tell you, reaching inside of here with a TIG torch was a little bit of a chore. There's not much room in there, and you don't want to touch your tungsten. But let's go over real quick what I used. I used the Art Captain TIG 200P. This is undoubtedly my favorite AC TIG machine of all time, and I've run some really expensive units. You got to have some stainless steel cleaning tools. The stainless steel wire brush is critical. This beeswax is available also on my Amazon storefront. There's a link in the description to my Amazon storefront where you'll find a lot of the stuff I use. These burr bits are there too. And these are, see how coarse, when those teeth are far apart, that's what you need on aluminum. If you try and run aluminum with the burr bits for steel with the teeth closer together, boy, they'll really gall up fast. And also I've got a little high RPM stainless steel brush for reaching inside of things. So, you know, these are all things that are critical to get these kind of jobs done. Hey y'all, CB here, the No BS welder here at NBS Welding. I'm wanting to let y'all know we got t-shirts for sales. If you'd like to support the NBS Welding YouTube channel, send Tina an email at nbswelding@aol.com. Go to the NBS Welding YouTube channel, check out the content, and in all new video descriptions, there's links to our Amazon storefront and our affiliates, so you can check out the products that I use and endorse.